Coliseum Arena in Oakland, California. Ken Brew along with Mike Galloway, and our next competitor, the Videodrome. This is a truck driven by Jim Mosby. Got a chance to chat with Jimmy before the race, and he tells me he's got a brand new motor in there. As you can see, it's a 557, and over above it is an 85 Chevy.
Affectionately known around the full circuit as Mo, and this young gentleman really gets into a new truck, new paint on it, new motor in it, as did well with his other truck. This is his pride and joy, and it shows. It does a great job. This truck will hook.
From Dos Palos, California, Jim Mosby.
He's 160 foot plus.
That was a good pull, but there was some backfiring about the last 50 feet or so.
At the 150 foot mark, the motor started to lay down on him, and really laid down on him bad. It started missing real bad. And that's really a shame, because the truck was hooked so well, he could have very well taken the lead. Let's watch him. He has a beautiful hook off the starting line. Everything's going good. Jim does something a little different as he rolls the sled probably 20 feet before he really jumps in the middle of the motor and makes it come to life. It's marking for him and really doing a good job. But right in this area, the motor starts right there. The motor just flat lays down and starts to miss and come back, and plugs probably fouling out on it. See the little fire coming out of it. Not a good sign on that particular incident, burning off a little excess fuel. But a good pull. I believe it's going to move him to the number 2 spot.
There's Mo. Now, I would think some of the drivers may be standing there at the beginning looking at this, seeing how the track is coming up, seeing how these other trucks perform on it. So maybe some of the later competitors can go to school on people like Jim Mosby.
The longer you pull, the better you become in reading a track, and the better you can read a track, the further you're going to go down that track.
Well, almost TV picture perfect for the Videodrome. Jim Mosby from Dos Palos with a pull tonight of 154 feet and 8 inches. And he will now give way to Bob Hart in that truck, the ground pounder out of Hudson, New Hampshire, an 86 Chevy side step. What is that near? Step side. What is a step side?
Step side is the narrower bed. Fleet side is an 8-foot bed width. The step side, smaller. The fenders hang out from it, are very exposed. There's a good shot of the fenders and the step side. It's all trucks early up in Chevrolets up until 1955 were step sides, and in 55 they came with a cameo, and now that it's kind of an exceptional deal when you have a step side. This young gentleman has traveled 3,550 miles to be here tonight. Wow. Drew, look at the rear tires. The rear tires on the truck.
Well, if it was front-wheel drive, he'd be in great shape, but you need four-wheel drive to compete. And Bob Hart just got skunked by his rear tires.
3,550 miles and
about 52 feet.
Sad situation. The rear tires are not spinning at the same speed as the front tires. Consequently, something in the drive line, whether it be in the transfer case or the drive shaft U-joint, but something going to the rear end has broken, and he could not get traction on all 4 tires. It's a short distance for him.
Look at that. Look at that. Some smoke and something dripping down tool. Look, what is real concern?
He's carrying in his water, and this is not a dry block, but the water inside for the coolant on it is in the pickup bed. Well, he's got the motor a little too hot, and it's steam coming out of the container in the back of the pickup bed that's causing all the smoke-looking stuff to rise out of the pickup bed.
So the ground pounder gets pounded by the ground itself, and now we'll have to give way to the tow truck. You're looking at the Oakland Coliseum Arena here in Oakland, California. Ken Brew with Mike Galloway, and next up is the Abracadabra from Willows, California. This is Dennis Tucker. He's got a 75 Chevy, 475 under the hood, and this is a bigger motor for him. We'll see how it does. They refer to that as OB. He played chicken with the line and lost.
Went out of bounds, and Ken Brew, he had a very good hook going when he went out of bounds. That's when the flagman put the red flag on him. But anytime you go out of bounds, they will take the measurement and subtract 30 feet off of it. That's the way the United States Hot Rod Association has determined to do an out-of-bounds measurement.
Dennis Tucker, Willows, California. Obviously, this was the strategy, Mike, is to play it close to the left side of the track.
Trying to stay out of the ground that anyone else has been on, and Dennis is doing a pretty good job. But you got to remember, this thing doesn't always go where it wanted to, and you saw it go to the left. right there at the end. It went to the left, and Dennis reached over and tried to bring it around, but it had a mind of its own tonight, and abracadabra took him out of bounds, and it'll be real tough for that good-looking truck tonight. 4.5 inches been cut out of the roof. A chop-top pulling truck. Beautiful custom work on it.
You know, what we have are great competition vehicles, but they're also fun to look at. Most of them could win first prize just for show. Let's take a look at some of them. And it's a good time to tell you that tonight's action is brought to you by Four Wheeler Magazine, the nation's leading 4x4 publication. Pick up your copy of Four Wheeler today at your local newsstand.